David Graeber and David Wengrow's The Dawn of Everything, A New History of Humanity is a sweeping, ambitious re-examination of human history that challenges conventional narratives about social evolution, inequality, and freedom. Rather than presenting humanity's past as a linear progression from primitive tribes to complex states, Graeber and Wengrow argue that history is far more diverse, experimental, and open-ended than we have been taught. Their book is both a scholarly intervention and a provocative manifesto, offering readers a new lens through which to understand the possibilities of human society. The book begins with the author's central thesis. The story of humanity is not one of inevitable hierarchy and domination, but of creativity, choice, and experimentation. They insist that the traditional narrative, hunter-gatherers evolving into farmers, then cities, then states, is overly simplistic and misleading. Their narrative is infused with curiosity and critique, seeking to liberate readers from deterministic views of history. A central theme of the book is the diversity of human social arrangements. Graeber and Wengrow show that early societies experimented with multiple forms of organization, often shifting between egalitarian and hierarchical structures depending on season, ritual, or circumstance. They highlight examples from indigenous cultures in the Americas, ancient cities in Mesopotamia, and societies across Africa and Asia, demonstrating that human communities have always been flexible and inventive. The narrative is enriched with vivid case studies. The authors discuss the monumental city of Cahokia in North America, which thrived without centralized kingship, the indigenous societies of the Pacific Northwest, which combined wealth accumulation with ritual redistribution, and the early urban centers of Ukraine, which flourished without rigid hierarchies. These examples challenge the assumption that complexity requires domination. Graeber and Wengrow also critique the origins of inequality. They argue that inequality is not a natural consequence of agriculture or urbanization, but a political choice. Societies often experimented with different forms of governance, sometimes embracing hierarchy and sometimes rejecting it. Their reflections highlight the human capacity for freedom and creativity, showing that inequality is neither inevitable nor permanent. Stylistically, the book blends anthropology, archaeology, and philosophy with narrative flair. Graeber and Wengrow write with clarity and passion, making complex scholarship accessible to general readers. Their tone is provocative yet hopeful, inviting readers to imagine alternative futures by learning from the past. The climax of the book lies in its challenge to contemporary assumptions. The authors insist that if early societies were capable of experimenting with freedom, equality, and creativity, then modern societies can do the same. Their portrayal is both sobering and inspiring, affirming their central message that history is not destiny, and humanity has always had the power to choose. In resolution, The Dawn of Everything affirms Graeber and Wengrow's reputation as fearless thinkers who challenge orthodoxy. Their book is both a history and a manifesto, offering readers a framework for understanding the past and imagining new possibilities for the future. For readers, the book is both enlightening and transformative. It challenges assumptions about progress, provides insight into the diversity of human societies, and offers hope for those seeking alternatives to inequality and domination. Whether you are drawn to history, anthropology, or political philosophy, this work is essential reading.